So in this lab, what we shall do is learn how to specify rules using CSS attributes and how to apply them effectively using the HTML element attributes such as ID and class, right? We have looked at assigning CSS rules using class earlier. We have also looked at assigning CSS rules using the inline style attribute. Let's look at some of these in a bit more detail in this lab. Now let's look at this example below, right? Note that there is a div element with ID first div on line 8. Let's look at the CSS file now. Here you see that we are defining a set of CSS rules by using the ID of that div element. The way we specify these rules using an HTML element ID is by prepending a hash character before the ID name, right? So just like in our case, we have the ID defined as first div in the CSS file, we shall use hash first div to indicate that all the rules defined herein are for that particular element. So here we're specifying height, width, we're specifying a background color, we're specifying some padding as well as color. So background color sets the color of the background of that element, whereas color sets the color of the content of that element, right? So now let's just hit preview and there you go. So here you can see that this is our first div. We have set a darkish background color, whereas the color of the content you set as white, and that's how it is appearing. So just experiment with assigning various CSS rules using the ID of an HTML element.